What is going on, everybody? Welcome back here to the channel. Here today, I'm here to present you with the newest series coming to the channel. It is College Hoops 2K22, My Career. This one, the most extensive, in-depth series I've ever done on this channel with anything. Effort, planning, editing, all of that stuff is just going through the roof. And the reason mainly for it is I really wanted to make a series that truly feels like it's college basketball. Because I've done the series before. It's like, oh, we go do it, and you change the teams, and you go through the schedule that you're given through 2K, right? And always, you have the big players, and it's just you keep playing the big games over and over and over again. And it's not really like, true. You play, cupcakes. You play a few big games here and there. You play maybe a tournament, and then you go through your conference schedule, conference tournament, NCAA tournament, all that, right? And that's what I'm going to try to create here in NBA 2K22. So basically, the series is going to start high school, going to go through high school, go through decision, and then go through the college games, right? So the reason why, and for those of you that are, returning to the channel, they're like, oh, he's not going to actually stick through with it. This one is pre-recorded through, I think, 7 or 8 episodes. So those will all be coming out regardless. And the other ones I'm working on because I've been loving it. It's been a lot of fun. It's a lot of creativity that goes into it for me, which has been a ton of fun. And even if nobody watches it, that's okay because it's a fun thing that I'm loving doing, making these videos. And that's what it's all about, right? It's all about for fun. But basically, how will this actually feel like college basketball? Well, for one, for obvious reason, a lot of us have probably done this who love college basketball. You can go into 2K, customize rosters, customize the uniforms, right? And you can make 36 teams that are all, college basketball teams. And you go through a season like that and then, change the courts and all that. It's a great thing they can do in 2K, and I think it's really allowed for a lot more creativity in terms of these kind of things. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it a step further. Now, I'm playing vanilla, the standard NBA 2K22. No mods, no nothing. I don't have the resources, I don't have the money for all that, to buy a computer, do all that stuff. But what I can do is add a little bit of editing. So what we're going to do is, for the true college basketball games, what we're going to do is, we're going to add a lot of custom sound, right? From whether that's CBS during March Madness or ESPN music for, a big game on ESPN, right? And then, you have the marching band, so you have band music in the background a lot more. If you'll notice that. It'll be very subtle things that you might not even notice. And then even like the crowd noise, a college crowd feels way different than an NBA crowd. One of the things that I had a little bit of a challenge with was, sometimes they play like the little like beats, the like defense music in the background and stuff like that. That's custom to each NBA arena. So with that kind of stuff, it does show up every now and then, but I try to blur it out as much as possible because you can get rid of sound effects in 2K, but that gets rid of all sound effects, like even like dribbling and like clanks off, backboard. It gets rid of everything, and it's really annoying. The next thing that I think is really going to make it feel realistic is a realistic schedule. So basically what I've done is I've pre-planned our entire schedule for the team that I end up playing for. And I was able to go and customize each team, because the roster that I'm using is somebody else's, but I edited a lot to get more custom looks to players, a little bit more, I think realistic attributes that I think are. And granted, this was a little bit pre-filmed, so I had a little bit of college basketball to base it off. But that's all I really had, and I think it's more fun. Those things will be a lot of nuance that you might not even really notice, like, oh, this person takes more shots than this person. Maybe that's not quite how it is. But, you can do the best that you can when you're not really given the true nature of it. But that's the beauty of it. And I've put a lot of time and a lot of effort into that. So that's one of the main things. Then, as I was saying, the realistic schedule, it's got the cupcakes. It's got we're going to be playing in one of the conference, or not the conference, one of the big, tip-off tournaments. I won't spoil which one. And then, we'll go through conference play after that, go through all of that, get through the conference tournament, and then go on to the NCAA tournament. And everything should schedule out just fine in terms of that. And also, it won't be just a standard 2K playthrough kind of thing. It will actually be, a lot of customization And this is the next big part, is it's not just going to be 36 teams that, we're going to go through and, right? It's going to be all of them, all 300 plus schools. I'm going to be trying to incorporate into this series, whether that is through actual playing and watching of the games, who makes the tournament, this and that, because I'm going to be giving each a score update of some of the big players and the major teams and the major games across the country within each, conference and all that. And there's upsets every now and then. So, you may see a team like, I don't know, Iona, Weber State, teams like that usually don't, make an appearance through this kind of thing. And yeah, so it's really exciting in that sense, because it won't just be, as I said, that 36 playthrough. You're going to see a realistic schedule, you're going to see all the teams, and I'm going to keep it updated as much as possible too. Every game will matter, all the records will be tracked, and I'm going to be keeping the top 25 as well. And then it comes down to bracketology, and all of that, it just gets so complicated. And that's where this has been a lot of effort and a lot of time and a lot of pre-planning. Because to do all of that, you have to plan it out a little bit. You can track it as much as possible. Excel helps. They can just automatically update things, and you can use percentages and all that. But at the same time, it is a lot of effort, and I'm going into a lot of detail, like little graphics that are catered to ESPN and CBS, just to even that within the gameplay, to make it feel just a little bit more like a true college basketball game, and it's not NBA 2K22. So that is a lot more about how this will really be college basketball, and especially one other thing is, like, not just when I said I was doing like crowd noise, even catering to the schools, right? There's certain chants for certain schools, and that's one thing that, I'll try to keep within the, within the series. Not only that, but so there are some things that might not be as realistic, right? So for one, based on the scheduling that I could do, some of the records might not be as quite realistic as they are to scaled within actual time, right? So usually feast week, right? That's when all the tip-off tournaments usually are. It's about 2, 3, 4 games into the season. For our scenario, it would be like 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So that's where it's like a little bit of nuanced thing. Won't make that much of a difference at the end of the day. And also within that, there's a few other things like, for some of the tournaments, or like one specific tournament that I really want to do, you can't use the specific stadiums and all that, and those kind of things. And even like Duke, Cameron Indoor is a very small stadium, right? So if you were to use that, you can't do that. Or if you're going to use like, Poly Pavilion, or, just any of these, like, or even like, Syracuse. If you're going to go to Syracuse and play there, that's a whole lot different experience than playing at, some big NBA arena, right? So I guess Syracuse is actually bigger than that, which is funny. But you know what I mean, though. So those will be little things that can't quite change. They're going to be what they are, but everything else within the game, it'll feel like it. It'll really kind of accentuate that. So, but I'm really excited for this series. I think it's going to be something really cool, and I think that you guys will really enjoy it. And the best part is that I'm not going to just leave it in the dust. I'm going to have a schedule for it. So this video is coming out on a Friday. The next video will be coming out on Monday, and then Friday, Monday, Friday, Monday, Friday, alternating throughout the rest of the time until this series is hopefully over. Not hopefully over, but you know what I mean, until I actually continue with the series through its end. And it's going to be the best series I've ever done on my channel. I think it is. It's the most effort I've ever put in. It's the most time and the most just really trying to make a quality product. I feel like with some of the past, college basketball series that I've done, I've just focused so much on the gameplay without trying to make a story behind everything. What is the context of this game? What are the records of these teams? Why is this team so good? Why is this team not so good? Why is this team ranked there? What happened throughout their schedule? Which players do I need to focus on that I should know throughout this series? Who's going to win Player of the Year? Who's all of this stuff, like when it even comes to tournament time, it's like, oh, we played this team. I know context that they beat this team, this team, this team. And I can use that and really make like a proper bracket when it comes to it. I'm going to make a full 68 team bracket. It's going to be epic. I'm really excited. I haven't got to that point obviously yet. So that's going to be epic, but I've been trying to keep it along and try to, because that's not only the only thing within my 2K, I guess, like sim scenario thing that I'm doing, right? There's certain teams that I would consider like they're good, but I don't know exactly where they're going to go based on who they're playing. So at the same time, they can actually play and win in and get in that way, which I think would be really cool too. So their records will reflect that, and that'll be something really cool too. Little things, right, that just make it that much better. And yeah, so that's basically it. I hope you guys are excited for the series as much as I am. I hope you stuck through the end. A like would be really, really, really appreciated, because the amount of time and effort, especially I'm working a full-time job. I'm doing all this stuff, and the amount of time that I've had to put into this really, really was something I got really passionate about and really took a lot of time to do. So thank you guys so much for listening. If you got to this point, please leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and let me know which team you're most excited to see in College Hoops 2K22.